I had my rod and reel in the car as usual, and after work I went for a flick. I looked a couple of days ago and it was supposed to be pretty good conditions, but there was a bloody horrible southerly wind. There was a huge bow on the line from the wind when I was throwing out the sort of 30 to 40 gram lures, so I had to flick over to the richer sea iron. I was still able to get pretty good casting distance with this, and there was no real bow on the line. When you got bow on the line, it's hard to sort of set the hooks on fish when they smash your lure. The seaweed was bloody horrible, and it was a pain in the ass really. I had to use single hooks. I tried a little bit earlier to use some of the newer lures that I had, but they all still had their trebles on them, and I was just constantly getting fouled up, and I knew I was going to lose them in a big chunk of weed. Managed to hook a really nice one. It's right out the back of the reef. I made a bit of a mistake because when I usually pull in tailor I have my rod down low, but what this did was just fill up seaweed all over the line. I was only using 10-pound braid as well, so I couldn't nip up the drag too tight. And what was happening was I was fighting the fish, plus the seaweed was getting sucked in and out by the waves. So I had to really take it slow and really rely on my leader knot as well. I think it was a double uni knot. I was pretty worried that I was going to either lose the fish or snap my leader.
Oh no!
Here I thought I actually lost the fish and I was just pulling in seaweed. Then I realised there was still something there. Again, it sounds like the reel's screaming. That's just because there's so much seaweed on the line and it's getting sucked in and out by the waves. You'll see in a minute. If I was using a 20-pound sort of braid or my heavier reel, I probably would have just scull dragged it in. Nice one. This fish was hard work. I was pretty much pulling in seaweed every cast. And as you can see here, after catching this one, I had to untangle all this bloody weed. I actually lost the richer sea missile after this. It was again caught up in the seaweed. It was a bit of a pain because I've had that lure for a long time and I was pretty attached to it. Either way, got a nice one for dinner. I just cooked it up pretty simple with my old man. Just panko crumbs, egg, splash of milk, salt and pepper, butter. Can't get simpler than that. So I put a splash of milk into the egg, give it a whisk, then add in a bit of salt and pepper. And I chop up my little fillets into little chunks, mix them around in the egg mix, just roll them into the panko crumbs. Simple as that. I then cook them about a minute and a half each side until they're nice and brown. And I've put that in an olive oil and butter mix. Nice and crispy. Put them on a rack just to drip off a little bit of the oil, and then I had them pretty simple. It was just a simple little snack with a bit of mayonnaise. It's bloody delicious. Sometimes simple is best. For more Tailor and Perth Metro videos, please subscribe. Feel free to ask any questions in the comment section.